Hey, so I've been thinking that I wanted to offer some practices that were more inclusive to all bodies, and in particular, bodies very different from mine that are less flexible, maybe not able to get down on the ground. So far, a lot of what I've done has felt really good to me, and I have a very flexible, strong body, 20, 24 years of yoga practice and a very healthy, flexible body. So, chair yoga, let's do an exploration. This is some of it is familiar, some of it will be new, and you'll get to see a little bit of my process. And I thought that would be fun. So you can start seated in your chair. You could do this anytime. You could do this, while you're spending time sitting at your desk or your table, in these long shelter in place days. So let's ground. You're not leaning into the back of the chair, rather sit up if you can, provided you can support yourself with your own spine. Close your eyes. Rest your hands on your knees. Feel your feet resting on the earth. Relax your shoulders down. And feel your sit bones. And you don't want to tuck your tail under, but you also don't want it like super far back. So finding like a middle ground where you feel long in the lower back, supported through your core, and your spine growing right up out of pelvis. All right, let's take a twist. Bring your hand to your knee and twist open so your other hand can come onto the back of the chair. You could also do this sideways and then face the back of the chair and twist like this. So two options. You're twisting here or sideways and twist. And then come back to center. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, interlace the fingers. Push up through both sides of your hand. So you want to push up through the pinky side and the thumb side. And then relax the shoulders down, soften your ribs. Feel if you can reach and extend without lifting the shoulder blades up off of your back. Draw the shoulder blades down. Take another breath here, long in the neck. And exhale, release. Side bend. You can keep one hand on your thigh. Inhale, reach the other arm up. And exhale, lean. So do this to, the degree that you can side bend. You never want to overstretch. Feel what feels good to you. Inhale. And exhale, lean. So you're getting a side bend. And your breath is deep. Deep breathing in and out through your nose. Moving on the breath is everything. And using the breath to expand the ribs. So put your hands here and inhale into your hands. Feel your rib cage expand. Exhale, relax the shoulders and shoulder blades down your back. Do that again. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. This is diaphragmatic breathing. I'm moving the diaphragm. It goes inward it lifts up like a bell and then lowers down as your ribs expand and contract. That's the part of your breathing apparatus. Inhale, reach up again. Interlace your fingers in a weird way, the way that feels weird. Change it one finger. Push the palms up. Relax the shoulder blades down. Soften your front ribs. My shoulders, they like to go right up by my ears immediately. Relax them down. Inhale, expand both sides of ribs. And exhale, release. All right. We're going to do some standing poses while I have the chair in this orientation. And then I want to show you some other ideas that I have. So you can do lunges, for example. You can sit on the side of the chair and you can take this leg back. So I'm seated on the chair is underneath the bent knee side, and my leg is back, and that knee is up, right? It's the same as crescent lunge, only I'm sitting on the chair, so there's no stress in my knees. And then there's different variations. You could come into a twist here. You could come into an open twist here. And then we'll change and we'll go to the side. Inhale the arms up. Really strong reach through the back leg if your body allows, or keep the knee bent. Do what you can. Do what feels good in your body. Any amount of movement is great. And twist. And twist. Coming back to center. You could lift a knee up if this is, I don't know how flexible you have to be to do this. That's a blind spot for me because I am really flexible. But these might be ways, lifting up that knee, circling the ankle. Second side. All right, back to a few standing poses. So I'm sitting on the chair. Warrior 2, you have a bend in the front knee, doesn't have to be 90 degrees, and the back leg is straight. But again, you can let that knee bend depending on your body and depending on the chair you have. You can come up to the end of the bed. So I want you to see what my feet are doing, because this, for those of you that know asana, this is warrior 2 in a chair, right? So inhaling here, and then you can do all the variations that happen in reverse warrior. All the variations that happen, in warrior 2. This is reverse warrior. This is extended warrior. Triangle is a little bit harder because both legs are straight, but you could approximate it, maybe coming to the edge like this. But again, I see that this takes a great deal of flexibility. It's challenging to do it. So, building blocks, and then you need to come out of that carefully. Notice how I bent the back knee. So I'm going to tilt this up again. Now you got a feel for what the legs are doing. You can see my arms now. So warrior 2, reverse warrior, hand here, and this arm could move this way instead of being up here, or it could go more straight up. You don't have to lean back. It's a side bend. Then you're coming here and here. Now you can do all of the things that we do in warrior 2 seated, and you don't even have to move the legs. Do what feels good to you. So shoulder shrugs. I'm going to turn around so you can see my back. Inhale into upper back. Hold the breath. Take the shoulders up, shoulders straight back, then draw down. Inhale into upper back. Exhale, move the shoulder blades straight back, together and down. Bend the elbows. Inhale into your upper back. Exhale, send the bottom tips of the shoulder blades together and draw down. Okay, so that's shoulder shrugs, taking the shoulders up, down, squeezing the shoulder blades straight back, getting the bottom tips of the shoulder blades. Now this one, for the rhomboids and the rotator cuff, inhaling here, exhale, inhale. So my elbows, they stay glued onto the rib. I'm going to put my hand here on the side of the rib. You could do this as well. Keep that elbow pressing into your hand. Inhale, and exhale, move the arm out, and come back, and out, and in, and out. Second side. Ooh, this one's a little bit tighter. Right side, my dominant side. Doesn't feel as good. So that's interesting information. You can isolate, you get more of a sense of what the difference is. See how that's my right arm. It goes out a little bit. Yeah. Okay. Take that off. You could incorporate all of those. You could be in a standing posture and do this, or a standing seated posture. This is, using the chair. All right. So those are options for a sun salutation. Here we go. Move your chair to the front of your mat. Let's move it this way to start. Okay. So less range of motion. You'll inhale, reach up. Exhale, put your hands on the chair. If that fold from here to there with the arms out is precarious, just take your hands here or hands on the chair and you step back. This is the safest option, is to step back. Here's your downward dog at a chair. You could do this with the hands on the wall instead of hands on a chair. And then you can step forward. So there's lunges that happen, right? There's warrior one that happens from here. And then you step forward and bring the other leg back. And come forward. So let's break down a full sun. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Bring your right foot forward or back, depending on how you're going to do it, right? I just step forward and notice I don't have a deep bend. This could feel good, stepping the foot forward. Or inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. You can do a little cat move here, inhaling, looking up, see that? And exhaling, curling, rounding. So my hands are not on the floor, pressing into the wrist here. So this is also a good move, an alternative for cat-cow. It might be true that stepping back feels safer than stepping forward. You can step back. All right, to come down. If you can come down like this, not everyone can. Not everyone can manipulate a chair like this. So doing what you can, working with what you got. So if you can come down all the way to the floor, you could do abdominal work with the chair. Putting the legs on the chair. Clasp your hands behind your head. Inhale, head and shoulder blades up. So you can bring the knees back, press the lower back down. Exhaling, I'm going to twist to one side and I'm going to take the opposite leg straight up. Inhale, back to center. Hold the breath, press the lower back down, curl tailbone up. Exhale, twist to the right, straighten the left leg up, pull the belly down. Inhale, come back to center. Hold the breath, press the lower back down, curl the tailbone up. Exhale, twist. Inhale. Curl tailbone. Exhale, twist. You don't have to move the legs. The legs could simply stay here, and you could go side to side, or you could curl straight up. You could also rest here. Like once you're done, you could just rest with the legs up. You could stay for as long as works for you. You can come up. Okay. So if it's hard to fold forward, you can bring your legs through the chair and then come forward like this. And you can rest your forehead here. This could be a really nice way to take a forward fold. I'm getting a stretch in the hamstrings, stretch in lower back that's tolerable for the body if I'm tighter or even injured. This could be really great. And then from here, You can do a lot of things that will feel familiar, like a seated spinal twist, twisting towards the chair, using the chair for leverage. You can also take a side bend and rest your head on the chair. That feels good. Ooh, I can reach and grab that. This feels really yummy. This is like now we get to like play and try all kinds of weird stuff. So I'm just going to turn around, give you my back for a second. All right. Back to forward fold. You can bring one foot in. So this leg, I'm going to bring the right foot onto the inside of my left thigh. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. So you're coming as far forward as feels good. You don't have to go very far. Lower back is long. And then once you've lengthened into wherever you're headed, you can rest on the chair. And come up. Change sides. Inhale. Exhale. And then after that little sequence, you could do this exactly in the order that I taught it. So there was a little warm up for the upper body and some warm up for the legs and the hips when doing standing poses, and then some modified downward facing dogs holding the top of the chair, and then ending with abdominal work and into some forward folds. So hopefully that is exciting and gives you a little bit of a break from whatever you're doing. This took not even 20 minutes, and I feel renewed from having been seated all day. I'm going to show you one more thing that I think you need to be fairly warmed up for. So my hips are open. I just did those abs and some forward folds. You could maybe do this before you come down to the floor, but cross one ankle over, and then you can come forward. Feel how this feels. So this might come before you get up and move the chair to the front of the mat. So there's less movement of chair shenanigans. And if you stay in the chair the whole time, that's fantastic. Thanks for joining me.